Hey guys, today we will be reviewing Batman v Superman. We are looking for the right time to review. Now that's on Blu-ray and DVD, we decide to say our thoughts on Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
And it's also on digital video, don't forget, Garrett. When you get it, they give you this card thingy that you can go online and download it, I think. But I've never did it yet.
Originally, Randy saw the whole movie in the theater. I barely saw any of it. I watched I was annoyed, but I only heard the narration of Ben Affleck, and already I hated him. And then I saw, wait, are we gonna have to sit through Bruce's parents' deaths all over again? I want to watch this as much as I want Spider-Man's origin and the new Spider-Man movie. We already know it. And it just didn't feel right, didn't have anything to tie the story except Martha, which is completely bullcrap. And then I saw it pretty much ripping off Batman Begins. But with all the bats in the Batcave, that was ripped straight from Batman Begins.
There was bats in the Batcave in another Batman movie too, though.
Batman.
That's why it's called the Batcave.
Yeah, but it was in the original comics and some of the movies, cartoon movies.
I don't think there was any bats in the cave.
It was
the Adam West one, though. I don't remember seeing any bats in that cave.
It was cheesy, Randy.
So that's how you're saying you would have preferred it like that, more like the one from Adam West.
No, I'm saying that it didn't have to rip the scene straight from the Nolan films. In the comics, it flew into the cave. There was a bat that flew into the cave, and Bruce decided to make it as a symbol. So, and then he found out that there were tons of bats in the Batcave. So I would have it a little more something like that. But anyways, as I was saying, the credits were kind of cool. The captions were well done. But then there comes
You just complimented the credits. Credits isn't even part of the movie. The only movie I've seen where I'm I was like, the credits should be complimented because the credits are really good, was Deadpool. Remember the credits in that? That was really funny.
Yeah.
It said, starring some handsome, sexy douchebag and directed by some pompous prick. And it was just pointless. It was just pointless credits, but it was funny.
Yeah.
And it was like a love song playing in the background while Deadpool was holding someone up by the underpants and shooting someone else. That was a good credit scene. So.
Oh, but anyways, as I was saying, there was two big problems in that one scene. I saw all the bats flying over to him, and it made him fly. What the frig is this crap? And then he said it was a dream. So I was like, wait, was Bruce's parents' death a dream? And I just completely left the theater. I thought it was too stupid.
So I agree with
you. You have to hold that.
Yes, because I'm illustrating, Garrett. I thought that I agree with you that I didn't like it when I first saw it. I'm like, oh, another scene of if they were showing us something new about Batman's parents getting killed, that'd be one thing. But it was pretty much the exact same thing. I'm getting sick of all the pearls they're showing in it.
Yeah.
Do we really, every single time we need a pearl necklace? How many of those? But, so that annoyed me, okay? That did annoy me. But I will say this. That one shot where he had the gun, and the pearl necklace was wrapped around it, and he shot it, and the back of the gun went back, and that's how it shattered. That was cool.
Yeah.
I don't think it made it the whole scene. Maybe it could have been a deleted scene or something. It didn't make it worthwhile having it in there. I know why they did it, and they had it there so you could see that Batman's childhood, death, parents thing did traumatized him, and that's why he related whatever to Superman. But I still didn't think we needed it. Or if they did it, they should have made it so much different from the other ones is that it didn't like just make us go, oh yeah, okay, this again, neat. Like, but I like the Michael Keaton Batman one where it's like there was no origin story. It's just like
told them flashbacks.
Well, not, yeah, no. I mean, yes, it was, but that's not what I liked about it. I liked the Batman just showed it up. Why do you need Batman's origin story? This is a Superman movie. Like, Batman's just supposed to be there as a secondary character. Like,
yeah.
Why do we need his story?
And two other big
I'm done with this now, so I'll just put it.
Two other big problems, as I was saying, like, Batman, I was thinking, like, why have him narrate if this is a Superman sequel, so why have Batman narrate? And then...
Yeah, I didn't like that they almost in some ways made this more about Batman than Superman. I hated that, and Superman hated it too!
And I didn't like that Martha fought off the bad guy. It was usually Thomas who...
Well, okay, but Garrett, you've just argued with yourself now. You've just contradicted yourself. You said that the beginning should be different than how it normally is, and now in this way that it was different, you just said you didn't like it.
Well, it just didn't... I don't know, it just kind of bugged me.
It bugged you that Martha was the one that fought him off?
Yeah.
Why, did it make his dad seem like a pussy fart?
Pretty much.
You might be right, Garrett, because I don't know. I was too busy being distracted by how annoying it was and thinking that guy in the, that was Thomas Wayne, he sounded like he had Ben Affleck's voice. I don't know if he did or not because there's no commentary or anything to tell us. But it sounded like he had Ben Affleck's voice when he said, Martha. And he looked like the guy on, what's that movie? The Watchmen. The guy who was the comedian or whatever he was called. The one with the mustache. That's who he looked like. The actor. So I was being distracted by all that and how much I didn't like the scene. So I didn't even pay attention to what happened in the scene except for that one gunshot, really. So,
yeah.
You could be right. I don't know.
So that's enough of the beginning scene. I mean, it's been going on for like 7 minutes now, and now we'll talk about the next scene, which is pretty good. It's really good. Like, we see the attack on Metropolis, and we see like Bruce Wayne played again by Affleck, which I hate. But most people love Affleck in this movie, but I'm like, okay, there's nothing I can do about it.
He was okay. He wasn't good. He wasn't great, but he wasn't bad either. Like, he was fine.
No, he was, in my opinion, he was actually pretty bad. I mean, I lived with it, but I mean, I didn't really think of him when I thought of Batman.
I don't like him as Batman. I'll tell you that much. But I can't sit here, Garrett, and say his acting was bad because it wasn't bad. It wasn't. He was Ben Affleck. That's what it was. He's a fine actor. He's okay. It was okay. It wasn't good. It could have been better. It could have been a lot better. But it wasn't, so whatever.
Yeah, I thought there was no point of him being an old guy. Is it just to retell Dark Knight Returns?
Yeah, I think that's what they were trying to do. That's fine. I'm okay with that if they wanted it to be him to be slightly older, because they wanted him to be, I think, like kind of a little bit mentally not right and everything. So they wanted him to be older and have like traumatization. And that's okay. So for him to be a bit older, that's okay. But again, this is what bothers me about Affleck, okay? If you cover up Affleck's face just like that, okay? Oh, here, I'll just do it like that. If you cover up, what's the one thing that everybody recognizes about him? His chin!
The chin!
So, that's what confuses me. I don't know if they thought, okay, well, we'll do Batman for someone who has the world's most recognizable chin. That way, it's like, oh, this way, it's obvious. Oh, look, this must be Affleck under here. I don't know if they did it for that or if they thought it was a good idea, because if I was actually Batman and I looked like Ben Affleck and I had a very distinct chin like that, the one part of my face I would make sure to cover up is my chin. So I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what to make of that whole thing.
Yeah. But
it's kind of weird that we're talking about a Superman movie and we're talking about a chin, a bum chin. That's weird. I didn't think that they would come.
Anyways, let's go back to the attack on Metropolis and enough of
Yeah, it was
that
cool.
movie.
It was good. It was well done. I liked it. The very first time I saw it, I thought, okay, this is a good scene.
Yeah, it is a pretty good scene. It gives you a reason for why Batman should hate Superman, but then later, Superman has no reason to hate Batman.
Well, okay, I explained this in my DVD review of The Ultimate Egyptian, and this was a little bit more explained in there that he disagrees with how Batman, like, attacks people and hurts people and stuff like that. He disagrees with it a little bit more.
Yeah,
but it also at the same time it like at the same time as explaining more of that, it also makes it more confusing and not make sense too.
And,
so
well, okay, this is Superman. I mean, okay, he doesn't agree with Batman's way, so he flies down and he destroys he breaks Batman's Batmobile. He stops him in his tracks for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, again, in the Ultimate Edition, that's explained. They should have explained it better in the normal version of the movie. Yes. Are we just talking about the normal version of the movie here?
Yes.
Oh. Well, it's on DVD. Everybody's seen it now. Okay, I'm going to try to block from my head the Ultimate Edition. Keep going with your point. Why does Superman come down like this and stop the Batmobile?
I don't know. I mean, like, okay, so Superman should say, like, I don't like the way you're doing this. I think you should do it a bit more like my way. But instead he's just like, bury the bat! Instead of just talking to him.
Okay, but... Well, I'm going to disagree with you on this, Garrett. I think... I see what you mean that... Yes, okay, you know what? Actually, I don't disagree with you. I kind of disagree with you. But I don't. You know what I mean?
No.
Now I'm confusing like the movie. See, you're kind of right that a lot of this movie, and part of what annoys me about it, and not just this scene, is that Batman, who's supposed to be the world's greatest detective, supposed to be super smart, and Superman, who's not necessarily supposed to be a genius, but not supposed to be an idiot either, all these guys had to do was sit down across from each other at a coffee house like they do on that
How It Should Have Ended.
How It Should Have Ended. Sit across there and they could have worked this all out. Talking.
Yeah.
And there would have been no movie. That's what annoys me. It should have been set up in a way that even if these two guys were sitting across the table talking to each other, like they did in Civil War, they still would not agree with each other and still get to the point where they have to fight each other. That's what I think.
Alright, so, you know what? Now go to probably one of the worst parts of the movie. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor!
Again, Garrett, I'm going to take issue with you here. Because, look, I seen Jesse Eisenberg in a couple other movies. Did you?
Yeah, I seen him
yeah. And I thought he was okay. And I actually don't blame Jesse Eisenberg for Lex Luthor being awful. I didn't like it, but I don't blame Jesse Eisenberg. I blame Zack Snyder and that Goyer person who wrote it. Because I think they wrote Lex Luthor terrible. And I think that if Jesse Eisenberg went whatever, and he wanted to do that, I'm sure he had fun doing it, but his character makes no sense.
Yeah, he has
you never
no
know
reason
what
for,
he's doing.
He has no reason for hating Superman.
Let me ask you this, Garrett. Okay, so Lex Luthor has kryptonite. His people find kryptonite.
Okay.
And he, for some reason, wants Superman dead.
Yeah.
Why not just you? He knows how to get Superman because he kidnapped Lois Lane and Superman's mom to get his attention. So when he kidnapped them and Superman came, why didn't he just kill him himself with kryptonite? Movie over. Rather than like trying to trick Batman, again, the world's greatest detective, trying to trick Batman into stealing the kryptonite, and then tricking Superman into fighting Batman and tricking Batman into hating Superman and pitting them against each other so everyone will hate Superman, but no one knows why he wants everyone to hate Superman.
Alright, look, his whole plan that makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
I have to write it down to memorize it all.
It's crazy. And, okay, I know you said not to mention this, but it's hinted, okay? It's hinted. Let's just say there's some dark side or there's some thing that wants Lex Luthor to kill Superman, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just assume that for a minute. Ding, 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 ding. The bell has been rung. Oh, Superman's dead. So this monster, Darkseid, whatever it is telling, hey, crazy Lex Luthor, you have to kill Superman, right? Let's just assume that for a minute here. And they suggested, again, in the Ultimate Edition, which I'm not supposed to talk about. But, okay, so if that's the thing, again, doesn't it just make sense that, like, why does he care if everybody hates his Superman? He's just supposed to kill him. So why is he going to all this trouble of, oh, let's make everybody think that Superman blowed up that building, and let's make Batman hate Superman, and like you said, Garrett, it makes no sense whatsoever. It's just confusing. And I'm wondering, do you think they made it confusing on purpose? That way, because there's always people who are trying to guess. Oh, I wonder what's gonna happen in this movie. And then when they guess
I think I know what they're doing.
What?
They want to make Lex Luthor crazy like the Joker, so make him a good villain. Lex Luthor, Joker, loves complicated plans.
No, but the Joker didn't love complicated plans. The Joker was unhinged. Is that a word? Unhinged? Anyway, his plan would be, oh, I want to get all the money to kill Batman. And then his plan changed. And I was like, nah, I don't want to kill Batman. And then, oh, I want to blow up the hospital. And oh, then I want to do this. And it was always changing. But it worked because he was unpredictable and the only one constant
Lex Luthor's doing all this. His plan is changing.
It's not. It's not changing.
Yes, look.
It's non-existent, Garrett. Your plan can't change if you haven't got a plan.
He wants Superman dead, okay? But then he creates another Kryptonian.
Well, that's yet another part of the plan that it makes no sense.
So-called plan?
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't got a plan, Garrett. If he had a plan, and again, they're trying to play Lex Luthor off like he's smart and savvy and yet a little bit jealous of I don't know. They're just trying to make him do so many things that he turns out being nothing. And his plan makes no sense. And it makes me angry because I've spent way more time trying to figure out Lex Luthor's plan than I wish I had. That's so much wasted time. Give me my time back, Zack Snyder.
Okay, another bad thing about I'll get the hair bit. I mean, his hair looks stupid. I'm not sure why Lex Luthor would ever wear a wig like that.
It wasn't a wig.
Oh yeah, it was meant to be hair.
It was hair because then they shaved it off in the end.
Yeah.
It was a wig in the old Superman movies, and that was just because he wore a wig.
Okay, so let's talk about Wonder Woman in this movie now.
Wonder Woman! She's got boobs! Not tremendously humongous boobs, but she's in good shape, and she's like... How did that song go? The theme for Wonder Woman in this one? I can't remember, but it was cool.
I don't really like it.
I didn't like it when I heard it because I listened to the music first before I saw the movie, and I didn't like it. I'm like, what is this? It's weird. But then when I saw the movie, I thought it was cool. And then when you see her...
Lex Luthor's theme. That's another bad thing about
Yeah, I
this.
didn't like Lex Luthor's
The
music.
music in this movie is really bad.
No, the music at the very beginning, like the music for Batman's childhood, I liked that music
That was
a lot.
okay.
But when they showed the black and white picture of Wonder Woman, remember, from her in the like 1890s or something? I thought it was cool because they played her theme again, but it was like, I don't know, it was cool. Her theme has grown on me. I liked it more and more.
Alright, Wonder Woman's way. I'm not sure if I really like the actor's performance. I'm not sure.
What? Why? There was nothing wrong. Is there someone you think would be better?
I don't know. She just didn't seem right for the role.
She seemed fine to me. I don't know. I liked her. I don't know if she added to this movie being there. I know they added in the sense that, oh, now they can make a Wonder Woman movie. Whoopity-doo!
There was already a trailer.
I've honestly never been a huge fan of Wonder Woman. And this particular movie didn't make me any more of a fan of Wonder Woman. But I don't know. Meh.
Alright, now let's talk about one of the most pointless characters in the whole movie. Perry White and Lois Lane.
Oh.
As well
Okay.
as Martha.
Listen, Garrett. You can complain about Lois Lane all you want. But in this movie, we got to see some side boob. So, she's okay to be there.
She had no point to be there whatsoever but to be Lois Lane.
Yeah, and to be naked in a bathtub.
I think that scene was entirely pointless. I think it was kind of dumb.
Okay. Well, it was... Okay, gratuitous and dumb, yes, but it was still boobies, so...
I think that was a bit where Zack Snyder's pervy side goes. Like when he showed Dr. Manhattan's... I'll say something about the Ultimate Edition. We had to see Ben Affleck's butt in this. Seriously, I was like, Randy, I'd like...
That is not what I thought I was paying for. I did not think when I spent... Actually, we got a pretty neat special edition of this that costed extra money. And I did not think I was paying to see Ben Affleck's bare aff crack.
I think Wonder Woman was actually pretty pointless in the movie.
Okay, but you were saying that Perry White was pointless.
Yeah.
He didn't do much in it, but he was just somebody, I think, for Clark Kent to talk to in the Daily Planet. So, whatever. Lois Lane, she was sent on this big old mystery of how was the CIA involved in that little crisis in Afghanistan or whatever.
I honestly couldn't care less.
It was a whole, again, it was just part of Lex Luthor's stupid plan that made no sense to try to make Superman look bad by plotting some weird thing in some weird country. I don't know. But did that make any more sense than friggin' Batman's dream sequence where he dreamed that there were these flying monster things and there was Superman taking off his mask?
Yeah, I could have sang with Joe on this one. And they're setting up injustice. They totally are.
Well, maybe, but that shouldn't matter. It's a movie. Don't go to a movie to say, hey, I wonder what next movie they're going to set up. You go to a movie to watch a movie and to watch a story and to blah, 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 blah. So I went to this, and the only thing I know about Injustice is Garrett plays it on, which one do you have that on? Xbox, is it?
Or both.
And so he plays it on that. That's all I know. And that Superman turns evil in it or something like that. Or whatever. But so what? Like, why do I want to see a dream sequence of... It almost feels like they just put that dream sequence in so they could have the clip where Superman pulls off his mask in the trailer or whatever. It's like, it didn't do anything. It didn't tell the story at all. But it's the same with those stupid emails. The emails about the Flash and about the Cyborg and about the...
Ooh, this is the Justice League!
Yeah.
You want to see this? Oh,
Again,
here they are!
It's just about setting them up. Like, who cares? It's got nothing to do with the story at hand. The story we're trying to watch, which makes no sense. So, since it's so confusing, let's just stick in a whole bunch of other things that have nothing to do with the story. Huh? Huh?
Alright, so... let's see. Well, now we've gone on about pretty much. Let's see. Of course. Now we will talk about spoilers. Doomsday.
Well, I don't think that's much of a spoiler now anymore, Garrett.
Well, okay. Doomsday's in the movie. He's finally in a movie, and he sucks.
What sucks about him?
I mean, I didn't really like his design. I didn't like it.
Well, I thought it was weird that... You know what he reminded me a little bit of?
What?
Have you ever seen the Fellowship of the Ring movie?
Yeah.
Do you remember that scene when they're with the big cave troll thingy?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he reminded me of. He looked kind of like that cave troll from the Fellowship of the Ring, except that cave troll had a ding. And I found it weird that this monster had no ding.
I think he could have at least worn, like, shorts.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I really wanted to see a flapping around, but it looked weird that he just had nothing. It just looked weird to me that he had nothing.
Well,
like, are they saying that Lex Luthor has no Is that what they're trying to say? Because he was made from Lex Luthor. How he was made... Why he was... Okay, how he was made... Again, you could buy that. You could buy, oh, there's some weird Kryptonian thing that may... But the fact that Lex Luthor happened to get this... I don't know, it's a stretch. And then why Lex Luthor even put this into his... I don't know. That part... the design, to me, is the least of my problems, except that I was distracted by the fact that he had no ding... The whole... I just don't think he had a place in this movie, Garrett. I don't think he should have been in this movie. Like, he was kind of rushed in. Like, just leave this movie about Batman v Superman and leave it at that. And then set up, maybe. Like, I know I said you shouldn't... it's annoying with all the setups in this movie, but that's one thing where they could have set up for. They could have set up for Doomsday being in the next movie.
Yeah, well, Randy said how he thought Batman v Superman should have won. His version was pretty much almost exactly how the movie went. I mean, there's no, except for the fact that there's no Daily Planet, barely any Lois Lane, and Superman didn't die around the end. He just played it as like a cliffhanger.
What? Okay, forget about that for a second, Garrett. All I'm saying is that Doomsday, I don't think should have been in this movie. That's all I'm saying right now.
Alright, now
Do you agree or disagree?
I agree that Doomsday shouldn't have been in the movie.
So you didn't like Doomsday being in this movie?
Yes.
Even if they designed him just the way you would have liked him? You don't think, you think he was one too many things to have in this movie?
Yes.
I thought what they were going to do, like when we saw him in the trailers, was I thought they were going to be like, now here's Doomsday, so now all the superheroes have to team up to stop him. I thought that was going to be where they had Superman and Batman like deciding, oh, we better not be enemies, we better fight together to stop Doomsday. That's what I thought they were going to do. They didn't really do that, although that is how they got Wonder Woman into her costume to fight with them. But even still, I don't know. I think it would have been a better movie without Doomsday in it.
So this is how I would have made it. Of course, don't make us have to sit through Batman's origin all over again. The Battle of Metropolis, that was fine. Where like Bruce was running through. I think you could have had Bruce Wayne a better actor for him.
Okay, next.
Yeah. And I was thinking, like, instead, I think they should have cut the friend and the little girl from the movie.
Please, can we not talk about the friend?
Instead of the friend, I would have had this. Like, when Bruce thought, he thought that, it was, Zod was the good guy trying to stop Superman. Superman was the bad guy trying to kill everyone. And, like, when he saw him snapping his neck, he thought he was, like, and he just moved on from there. He thought he was a bad guy. And I was thinking, like, Lex Luthor also saw him snapping his neck, so he thought, like, you know, he doesn't care about these people. He doesn't care. There should have been any Daily Planet, no Lois, no Wonder Woman. I was thinking, like, for the reason that Superman hates Batman, I was thinking, like, of course, in the movie, he didn't agree with his way. They just told him to stop being Batman. But I would say, like, he saw Batman. He's like, maybe I could make a team and save more people with this guy. So he flies over to him and talks to him. But Batman, like, keeps beating him up, and he's like, stop it. And I also would have Batman not killing people. And I would say that, of course, Lex Luthor, I think he should, like, really be bald and have a better actor. Lex hates Superman because he thought he killed Zod, and he thinks he was the one behind all this destruction. So, like, instead of creating Doomsday, I would have had him create something more simple, like Black Adam. And I was thinking, like, I mean, if he did get Zod, I would say, like, he actually could have got Zod because, could have got Zod's DNA. Don't hurt anybody, just kill Superman and stop him from hurting people. He just gets so angry at him, so, like, eventually they keep fighting. And I don't think he should have, like, the kryptonite stuff. He doesn't have kryptonite because, well, why wouldn't he use that first? Like, because the spear, he never used that until the end, which makes no sense. Well, he had that whole montage only to use that at the very end. Instead, would have, like, shock gloves, and, like, it kind of affects it. It kind of like
Garrett, that's a fantastic point, because in Man of Steel, and normally when we've seen Superman, it's like nothing hurts him, nothing except kryptonite. But in Man of Steel, it's like people were throwing him around, and even bullets. When bullets were hitting him, they didn't kill him or anything, but they, like, doof, doof, doof. There was, like, impact, right? Mm-hmm. So you're right. If Batman had enough, like, technology, they've already set up so that Batman could have hurt him. So yeah, we could have done that and had him at least annoy Superman, if not kill him.
And then, so, like, he keeps beating the crap out of him, and then, like, when he's about to finish off Superman.
So somehow Black Adam comes to kill Superman, and Batman decides to help him to fight Black Adam.
Yeah.
Is that where you're going?
Yeah, because, like, and it's just like and because now Batman understands what's happening. And then, like, so they both, like, fight Black Adam, and eventually they defeat Black Adam with each other's help, and Lex Luthor goes to prison. You know what? I don't care how many people I kill. You are going down. I will do whatever it takes to take you down. Batman and Superman, like, are in this abandoned warehouse, and they make it the Hall of Justice. You know what? We'll need more than just 2 people on our team. You know, evil keeps coming and coming. There might be other superpowered beings out there. So.
Right, they make a Hall of Justice to set up the whole Justice League.
I would also say that not doing a Batman v Superman for so like they would have had a Batman movie. Alright, this is how I rate Batman v Superman. It was, I mean, it's a really dumb movie. It's not that good of a movie. I mean, of course, I was really excited when I heard that Batman's gonna fight Superman until I heard Affleck was playing him. The title of the movie, Batman v Superman, it's probably one of the most exciting things ever. But then you have the Pipsqueak, Lex Luthor, far too many subplots, and characters that have no point in being in this movie. They disappointed. The title of the movie is Batman v Superman, and it's only in the movie for 8 minutes. Alright, this is how I rate it. On a scale of 1 to 10, 4 out of 10. It is just a fun, dumb movie. Why don't you rate it?
I mean, I'll watch it if I'm bored and there's nothing else on and I'm bored. But it was not the movie I wanted to see. I don't know. I liked seeing Superman and Batman. I didn't like seeing Okay, I'll rate the normal edition of it 5. But because you see Affleck's butt in the Ultimate Edition,